So, hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Core Aura podcast. My name is Satvir Kaur, and I've created this podcast to share uplifting, positive narratives, stories, real life experiences from people, to hopefully resonate with others, uplift others, empower, encourage them to make changes on their own life. Just come out here in a happier state, be and embrace your true, authentic self. Right? Who would not want that? So, guys, I'm excited for this episode because, like I said, we're bringing in like a few cozy chats here and there. So as much as we're speaking to other people like organizations, groups, people that are working within their communities, within themselves, just helping out here and doing really important work, I think it's really good just to have like some cozy chats with people and just resonate with others. So guys, as you know, I'm going through that whole transition of my son going from like primary school to secondary school, right? And this whole new experience. So I'm out here kind of connected with others, trying to get advice here and there. Hope you resonate, learn from one another, support one another even. And I've connected with one of the great mums that is also going through that same transition, man. And just the way we've connected on it. And as soon as we connected, I was like, "Can you come on my podcast?" Because I knew she would be ideal. I would be able to connect and resonate with others. Because I'm sure we're not the only ones going through this, and it will be good to speak on it and our experiences of it. But yeah, so welcome, my lovely buddy Nicola. Woo! Did you like that? Oh man, but seriously, Nicola, just thanks so much for coming on. And just like we were speaking beforehand, we just connected on so many more things that we were like, right, we better get recording because we're gonna be here all night.
Yeah, I feel like we're just our personalities just clicked
Yeah,
instantly. We're as
exactly.
fake as each other.
Yeah, and that. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? Good energy, good vibes. Surrounding yourself with people that are going to support you and uplift you. Just how we've connected and just with what we're going through, which we're going to talk about as well. Just their experiences as like mums, man, like what we're going through. Because Nicholas spoke about it on previous episodes, just like oh feeling you get as a mum. Do you know what I mean? A parent even going through that transition. Although you may have gone through it already with like your older child, it can be different as well with a boy, which we're going to speak on anyway. But even just being reintroduced to this whole new experience. Do you know what I mean? And just going through that whole stage of seeing that transition from primary school level, where it is like I refer to them as like when they're year six, they're like the top dogs, right? And then as soon as now this transition going to secondary school, I refer to as like the little baby chicks and the start with that
Yeah,
section all over.
they've gone from the top to the bottom.
And it's such an experience. And you feel it though, right? Tell me about your
Yeah.
experience of it so far.
So it's not been too bad for me because obviously I've got my daughter already at the school.
Yeah.
So that made it a lot easier for me knowing that my boy had her there if
Yeah.
he needed anybody. But the fact he's got such a good friendship circle anyway,
Yeah.
sort of didn't make me feel nervous whatsoever about him going. But I think in the back of your mind, when it's your youngest and that's your last one to go to secondary school,
Yeah, there's that.
it's a bit of a reality kick that you're never going to get this moment again. And it's a bit scary that if you miss it, you're never going to claim it back.
No, that's it. And it is. And like you said, I totally agree. Because I've been going through it like recently, overthinking it, I know. Do you know what I mean? And like you said, the reassurance is that they have such a good set of friends around them, like, and that gives that reassurance that you know they're going to be okay. But there is that whole kind of and seeing it. Do you know what I mean? That whole it's a quiet feeling. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what I've noticed as well? The whole independence thing is they're so excited for it, aren't they? And I've realized just how much they're quick to let us go.
And
It drops
it's
in
little
there.
things like when they just starting to go play after school and it's
Yes.
giving them that little bit of independence that you've only just been able to start trusting them to have.
That's it. And just even now, like my son just kind of walking to school, that whole element, starting that. Although we kind of started it, primary school is kind of different level, isn't it? When you're walking them there, just seeing them eager to do it as well. And you're almost like, do you not want me to take you anymore? So as much as you love seeing that independence, like it's letting go of that, oh my gosh, sound like a loser, that want for us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you go from doing everything for him, then relying on us, go through those own little experiences. And now as well, when I went to meet him at the school when he was walking home, Nicola, man, oh, I went to I put my hand out. And oh my gosh, I got the look like put it down. I just knew from the look and the energy. I was like, oh, shoot, I got wrong here straight away. But it was just that it's natural, isn't it? The natural growth process, which is beautiful to see as well. But there's then that side of it, which is a bit like, oh, it's a bit achy where you're just like, oh, shoot, them days are kind
But they're still our babies at the end of the day. So
and it'll always be like that, won't it? And because I have to tell you, right, because imagine he's walking to school, secondary school, like it's a new thing for him to meet his friends going on their way. But me being neurotic as I am, waved them off, saw them. I decided to follow him. Luckily, there was traffic. So do you know what it reminded me of? You know the freaking burglars in Home Alone when they're following freaking what are they? Water bandits, wet bandits. Oh, and I found that, and then, do you know what I went and done stupidly? Put my window down and then called out to the kid. I was like, hi. Oh, wow. He did not like that.
no.
And I was like, oh, shoot. Sorry about that. I was going to continue following him down, but from that look, I knew get out of there. So I just drove straight ahead.
Yeah.
But what was crazy is we spoke on it because you're entering proper new territory isn't secondary school. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think how times have changed from when we were at school to now when our kids are at school, you almost don't want to trust them to do it themselves. You want them to still want to rely on you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're not babies anymore.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
they're in big school now, so they can do it themselves.
Yeah, it's that reminder. But I've had so much reassurance, it's just natural, but it's just hard to let go. So it's quite the experience.
Yeah.
But it's fun as well and seeing it and knowing that, and it's just so relatable because then it does take you back to your own experiences at school.
Yeah.
So I do love it as well. But equally, it is that letting go of that whole baby element, but welcoming a whole new bloody journey, a whole new ride as well with their hormones kicking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, even that. So I've had advice on that as well. So when that kicks in, especially with us, Nicola, like raising boys, with our experiences as women, as like young girls, it's a different experience to boys. Do you know what I mean? And raising them
Yeah.
as
And
a
I
whole.
think like having one of each, I
Mm.
think it, they're definitely two very different children.
Yes,
And just seeing how they've both grown up so opposite to each other
really. Yeah.
just does make me worry about how my boy is going to be in a few years' time, seeing how my girl currently is.
In what way?
Just the attitude.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I do. Yeah. Yes, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
So you're freaking emerging. That is.
And when he's already got a bit of an attitude, and I know what's to come in a few years because of his older sister, I'm not prepared for that.
Gosh, so we're just in the early times of it. Like there's so much ahead of us. I know I'm overthinking it, honestly, about the whole transition and reminding myself,
They're not
remember how,
babies.
yeah, they're not babies anymore. So it's just as a parent, yeah, getting over that and seeing that whole transition. And a reminder how quick it's bloody going. Oh, bloody hell, that's a whole different story as well, isn't it? It's a reminder on that. And how old are we getting?
You'll notice the difference when they do go up a year next year. We'll transition from year 7 to year 8. That's the biggest transition you will see.
Okay.
They are no longer the little ones.
Oh, yes, yes. And then they'll get a bit more like top dog level.
They gain confidence.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. There was well. It's fun to see as well, isn't it? It's a quiet thing where you're like, wow.
They gain a hell of a lot of confidence once they've gone up to the next year.
I can't wait to see
Yeah.
this. Haven't you noticed? No offense to this. What are they? Gen Alpha?
I have no idea.
Oh, whatever this generation coming up are called. They are savage. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
What is that? They lack empathy. Like, what is going on with them? They're just quick to say something.
Yeah. None of them think before they speak. They have no filter whatsoever.
Oh my gosh, yeah, say anything freely. And when you take it back to we at least like, yeah, watch what we said in front of like elders, our parents even. Come on, anything now. Anything goes.
Yeah. Whatever's on their mind, that comes out.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just if they wouldn't, if they would, and also as well, sometimes when I want to get the truth on something, like, oh, does this look bad? You see this spot, which we'll go through at the moment. I'll get this guy's opinion on it because the guy will be honest. He'll be brutally honest, like he will go savage. But I know though, he's telling the truth on it because other people will just be kind of like, yeah, I don't want anyone to say it just to make it feel nice. I need someone to tell the truth. But he goes
Yeah.
too all in. That you're all right, cut it out now.
If you want honesty, go to a child.
Yeah, they are savage.
Find a preteen and ask for their advice.
They're funny. As much as like I'm worrying about that and saying about the whole transition, missing those times, look at these amazing times that are happening and that are freaking to come. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's things to look back on it, and it's just making sure their experiences best we can do as well, not putting the pressure on ourselves. Because I think I do sometimes have a problem of doing that. As much as you do, as I'm sure as mothers, we be too tough on ourselves, right? And we just question loads of stuff, and we go for that whole mum guilt, and we're thinking, should we be doing this? There's the whole like comparison game sometimes, and we shouldn't be doing that. We should be coming together more, realizing our experiences, they're unique to us, but we can all connect to it because it's all relatable at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does. It does. And I think I'm a very laid back, chilled parent. And when I look at families that do have strict routines,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just not me. Like,
Yeah.
the house is wild. It's free. Do what you want.
Yes. Yeah, I get it. And I love that because I think that's why we connect so much. And I'm quite relaxed as well.
Yeah. And I feel like they have enough rules in place when they're at school.
Yeah.
So when they're at home, they need to feel safe and free.
Very true.
That it's an open world. They don't need to stick to routine as much as they do at school.
Yeah.
And they can just live their life how they want to live their life.
Yeah, see, and I love that. It's all about it's all new stages, emotions, feelings, and going through it, and dealing with their own thoughts, how they're taking it on, who they are, finding themselves as well. They're going through that. This is why we've probably connected so much because we date boy kind of in many areas. And something else that I wanted to raise on here, which you spoke about, when we weren't recording, was just about because, like I explained to you, the whole point of my podcast was about one extension of my business, what I do, but also speaking on my journey and making some significant changes, Nicola, back in 2020, man. When you look back on it, you're like, oh, you get lost in time, but you're like, wow, is that long ago? But I made significant changes to my life where I had to because bloody hell, what I was going through, I was just going further into the pits of not good stuff. And do you know what I mean? So I had to make changes for myself. And such an improvement I made that I wanted then to kind of come on here and express it and speak out and reach out to other people that may be going through it. Because I'm sure, well, I know that I'm not the only one that had gone through that. And still go through it. It's still a bit of challenge here and there. You still get those heavy days, but it's just like dealing with them better. But you touched on a bit about how you've gone through your own kind of journey and made some changes. So yeah, well,
Mine started around 2020 as well, around COVID time.
see, I'm not sorry. I've raised this as well. Wasn't it around that time where there's been a mass awakening of people wanting to make changes, man? Because I think what was going on, it encouraged people just self reflect and look on their lives. So yeah, tell me more about it. Sorry.
So, like, I lost my dad in 2018, and that was hard for me to come to terms with. Being so young, losing a parent is not what anyone wants to go through. And I sunk into a very deep, dark place. Was on countless medications to try and uplift my mood, and it didn't work. So then a few years after, I was like, now is my time to be me. And I just want to live my life how I want to live my life. So I went and changed my hairstyle. I got dreadlocks fitted. I went and got some new crazy piercings done.
I love it.
And just learnt that I can be myself, but be a mum at the same time.
Yes, I love that. Just sorry, yeah, to hear that as well. And this is, like you said, the reality. You do go into a deep depression, and it is as well a reminder that life is short out here, guys. And good for you, Nicola, making those changes. Like seriously, because I want to raise that point as well. It's not easy making those changes, is it? When you're in such a dark place.
And a lot of people thought I was going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah, I'm that. I can relate.
I'm not. I've just got to that point of my life where I can be me now and focus on myself more than focusing on everybody else and what's going on around me. Yeah, and I think because they put me on so many different medications to try and find the one that worked for me, and in reality, none of them worked. I tried 4 different medications, and realistically, none of them fixed how I was feeling. And it just turned out that it was because I was putting on a face to please everybody else. And when I sat down and thought, actually, it's time for me to focus on myself, that's when I really started to feel happy in the body that I'm in.
Man, good for you. Seriously, that's massive. Because it does take that, doesn't it? A sit down with yourself, face those hard truths, because you feel that underlying unhappiness and you can't explain it. And we do. We're walking around with these bloody masks and not expressing it. We're suppressing so much. And we get to that point where we say, when is it going to be our time? And do you know what, as well, Nick, 'cause making such changes, you kind of get it then. We've got responsibilities. So imagine announcing such changes to our lives. I'm sure you've disrupted your household with some of the. That's what I mean. I'm so glad you can relate to that. Then tell me.
Yeah, my husband thinks I'm crazy. And I'm like, do you know what? So what if I am a bit crazy?
Exactly. But it's that knowingness is giving you that sense of peace of mind. Do you know what I mean? And no one's going to get it unless you've gone through that low and felt those feelings towards yourself, towards life, and not recognizing that version that you were presenting to people. Nicola, I'm sure you can relate. I didn't want my son to see that version of me because I didn't even recognize her. So I was like, who that? Why? I just didn't want, and I knew me as a more carefree person, relaxed, calmed, chilled. I wasn't so angry at the world. Do you know what I mean? He was seeing this snappy, angry little bird.
Yeah, and I'd like to think that my kids were old enough at the time I went through that change to notice a change.
Yes, yes.
Although they don't talk about it, I'm sure when their friends ask them about me, they will say, she's got loads of tattoos and piercings, she's got weird hair.
Yeah. But have you always been like that as well? Have they always been your go-to? So these are new things you're trying to, yeah, put yourself out there, being bold, right? Yes. Oh my gosh. And this is what it's about because the same. I haven't always like growing up, like speaking of school experiences, I was the shy, awkward one. I wouldn't say boo to a goose. What do you say? Boo to a goose? Is that even a term? I wouldn't go out of my box. I'd just follow of the followers. I'd want to try out things, but I wasn't brave enough to do it.
Yeah, see, I was the opposite. I was
Right.
I was the naughty child.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many were there in your family of siblings?
There's 7 of us.
Oh, wow, no way. There's 6 of us. Another connection. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. What number were you?
I'm the middle. Bang in the middle.
Well, the third one. So you'd class that as the middle, right?
Yeah, I'm the 4th. There's 3 older, 3 younger.
Oh my gosh, the connections will just keep coming flying in. Oh, wow. So you tell me all your experience because I was awkwardly quiet because I think others around me had more like confidence, loudness to them. Do you know what I mean? Tell me about you then. What were you like?
Yeah, so I think growing up, I was a very troubled child. And I think because I had 2 older sisters and an older brother, and then 2 younger brothers and a younger sister, whilst my parents were focusing on the younger ones and the older ones were off doing their own thing, I was almost just left to my own devices and fend for myself. So from a very early age, I was out playing with friends just as and when. And I think back in those days, we're talking what, 20,
Yeah.
back when we were our kids' age,
Yeah, yeah.
the world was a very different time.
Oh, 100%.
Very, very different time. And I don't think I was very understood as a child. Although I had a happy childhood, I never got me out. I was a very, very happy child. I was very confused as to who I was. And I think that was challenging when I then hit secondary school. And although I'd got an older sister and an older brother in the school with me, I didn't really know where I fit. And I didn't have any of my friends from primary school move up with me. So I was completely on my own. So I felt like I had to almost be a bit disrupting to try and be heard because I'm so small.
Yes, no, I get it. Oh my gosh. And do you know what? Describing that and then you turn into that route of being disruptive and loud. I've heard other people say that, having to do that because of, but how you were, how you said, like you said, finding yourself not knowing, that's totally relatable in that sense. But so when I hit that stage then, or secondary school, because I had siblings older, but still couldn't, like I said, almost relate. It was almost like they were quite popular and I didn't know how to find myself and gain those friends that like suited to me. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't even know myself, to be fair. So my route that I took was winning myself. I was just awkwardly shy, no confidence, looking it down. And took that route. I was not popular at all. I would look at the popular kids over. Do you know what I mean? It was one of those, very quiet. Kept myself at the front of the class, didn't look around. If someone asked me a question, I would just like, oh, they weren't talking to me, and I wouldn't want a response. But in my mind, I would want to say so much and add so much to the conversation going on. But I was so shy, but I wasn't brave enough to voice it. Do you know what I mean? But it's interesting that you said how you tend to that other route. So we've just got so much similar and so relatable. Like honestly, I'll get connected so much. So I'm like, whoa, you know, you like emoji with the
Mind blown.
yeah, like seriously, like I just think, wow. And I love that. And then, like you said, speaking more on your background, it's amazing. Like, I don't think I've said that to you before, but you have really inspired me and you've pushed me out of my kind of neurotic ways and my overthinking. You bring me that calmness and reassurance that chill your beans.
Everything will be okay.
Right. And really, so honestly, generally, as a person, that's why I sometimes I'm not even recognizing myself because I'm like, but it's this whole new stage. So I'm just so grateful for this whole support around me with this whole new experience that I'm going through.
Yeah, but you're bossing it. You're doing it.
That's so nice. Oh, that's so sweet. And seriously, likewise, like, honestly, because when we speak on just your whole routine and how busy you are, because this is the freaking reality, man. As women,
I'm surprised I am free right now.
yeah, even that. That's what I mean. Honestly, you are always on the go. You're freaking out here working so damn hard, man. Do you know what I mean? So kudos to you as well, doing a great job. But struggle is real, like, so I want to make
Yeah, it's
sure.
not easy.
No, exactly. And shout out to anyone else listening, watching that are going through that genuine struggle, guys. We don't speak on it enough, but the struggle is real. Do you know what I mean? We're just out here freaking just doing it out like as strong as we are. We're just kind of taking it on. But it is, this is what I want to raise with you as Nicola, just to check in as well with you as a friend. Like, how are you taking care of yourself, your well-being?
Always.
Exactly. That was sarcasm there because I thought that ain't happening.
Yeah, why nothing.
Yeah, but this is what I'm raising though, and trying to encourage people to do more of, especially women, and not feel bad about it. Like we should be doing it. In our own selves, because we tend to do that. We lose ourselves, and we find as much as we're giving, we love it. We have our responsibilities, and we love what we do. Do you know what I mean? We're choosing what we're doing. There is also that importance of taking that time out for ourselves because you don't want to disconnect with yourself. Because obviously you're going through your journey, Nicola. You went through all those changes in your life, but it ain't over. It's like ongoing, isn't it?
It's still going on.
That's what I mean. So how are you managing those days then?
I think when you realise you have got a good circle around you, you can get through anything. I've got a good friendship circle. I've got my sisters. I've got a husband and kids that I can rely on. And I think once you realise that you have got people you can fall back on, I don't think any day is hard.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, and that's raising the importance of that as well. Being around as your support network, guys, when you're making these changes, is really important. And then when you're having days like that, that's how we manage it. So it's really important. Got good ass support around you.
And I think it did take a long time for family, especially family, to come to terms with my new outlook on life. But I think once they'd realised that this is what makes me me and this is what makes me happy, they understood it a bit better and just accepted me for me.
Yeah, that's it. And then seeing the difference, I bet, in you and seeing you more at kind of ease, at peace, and more. And have you noticed that as well? Because when people are seeing, because I've noticed as well with my son, he'll now describe me in such a different way. Where I'm more like just more carefree, we connect more. But that's because Nicola, when I went through, like, I'll be honest, as a mother, when I went through that kind of low stage, and I hit that low, like, I just thought, yeah, just the way it was seeing me kind of thing. So if he was to describe me, I bet it would have been like snappy, Mardy, she's okay. Like, we'd have fun here and there, but I know myself, I could have been doing a lot more. But I was freaking drowning with all that I was going through. But this is why I think it finally came to a head. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, our kids are none the wiser. We suppress it well.
And I think go back a few years, if the
Mm.
kids were to describe me then, they'd say, she's grumpy, she's miserable, just wants to sleep all the time. But now they'd be like, she's just crazy.
Yeah. But it's in a good ass way though, isn't it? Where you're like, you love it, you get it, because you're like, oh, such a different, and you could just feel it, that change, and you see it as well. And that in itself is massive. So do you know what? Just kudos to you for doing that, and well done. And I feel just so mind blown, man. Because I love it, and it's just so good, and it's related to people. Because sometimes as well, when you've overcome this and you voice it, not many people also get even you reaching such a low. And it's sad to say. People always think like it's been judged almost to a point where people think, "Boy, to get yourself in that state, deal with it. Come on." Do you know what I mean? And it's dealing with that crap. Have you experienced?
And I think as soon as you realize there's a problem, that's when you know you need to focus on that problem and get yourself out of that rut, because you're the only person that's going to be able to do that. There's nobody around you that's going to do that for you. So you'll, as much as people do say, pull up your socks, get on with life, you sort of have to, and you put on a front to please other people. But in reality, when you're at home on your own, it's so easy just to fall back into that dark environment when you feel like you've got nobody.
The changes you made significant. Obviously, a lot of it was, like you said, drastic, because I did. But it's almost like you have such an awakening, almost a new lease of life. I felt like, um, that you just, yeah, you don't set small steps. You just go out there and be like, I wasn't bold enough to try to step out and do that. I was that type that would look at someone and be like, oh yeah, it looks nice. Oh, I'm not brave enough to do it, but it looks so nice. But you'd want to do it. Um, but it was only then when I thought, why not? Who cares? Who cares if you stand out as well from the crowd? I was very much like that. I will stay in line, guys. Do not look up. Follow of the followers. Um, even though I felt like my inner thoughts were quite, you wanted to be yourself, don't you? It's a lot of that. So it's fighting, it's against that battle as well, isn't it? Not conform.
Yeah, and I think when you've spent so long, a long part of your life being a mum, and that's what you have been focused on, when you actually do sit down and think, I can be myself, but be a mum at the same time,
That as well, yes. Like,
and just become comfortable with who you are, that's when you'll find happiness.
yeah. No, I love that. It is. Because there's that combination as well. And that whole freaking new identity that you face as women when you become mums. There's that whole new identity then. And then, like, what we take on, do we have to now behave a certain way? We lose ourselves. We're like the person I was, because that whole new ball game, the anxiety levels just, whoa, unlock so many kind of, do you know what I mean? It's the whole identity. Who are we? And then, like you said, I find as well, when our kids are, the plus as well, like you said, with the whole, they're not babies anymore, our kids, and they're growing up. The whole benefit and advantage to that is it's allowing time to find out who we are more and reconnect with it.
And I think because I was quite young when I started having kids, I sort of missed out on that time of my life where I should have been out having fun. So I feel like now, because I missed out on that, now I can go and do that. Now my kids are a bit older.
Yes, exactly. And why not? That's what life's all about, right? Do you know what I mean? We're not out here harming anyone. We're not harming ourselves. We're having fun. It's giving us peace of mind, it's bringing us joy, comfort, happiness. those around us are enjoying it, and we know ourselves we're much better because of the thoughts that we've had in the past. No one will, and this is the sad thing as well, isn't it, Nicola? No one will really ever get the whole changes and that low you went through and why we come out the way we are. Why we're so laid back, chilled, crazy. Your love of unicorns, like I'm all about that. I was loving it. Um, but it is, you enter that whole new stage, don't you, where you're like, are you free and bold and just loving life?
Yeah, and it does take a lot to finally acknowledge the person you're becoming.
Yeah.
But I think once you've reached that point, you look back and think, why was I like that? Like, what caused me to be like that when I could have been like this the whole time?
Yes. And why did, yeah, almost like you don't want to look back at it and regret, but why did I waste so much time sweating small stuff and thinking that? Why was I not just brave enough? How now, like I said, I think a bit of it is wisdom as we get older, that natural confidence comes with age as well. There's
Yeah.
that thing. Um, but you do. This is why as well, I love to reassure young people, younger women, like guys, the struggles we think about, we thought about as women growing up, like body issues, the whole and societal freaking norms and not matching that. It's just a whole new ballgame of what it does to women's self-esteem and confidence. It's just madness.
Yeah, because I think growing up, we were always told to be someone we're not. And when we find the person that we are and don't fit in with society,
Yeah, the
we're
norm.
then classed as an outcast. And
Yes. There's that, and then you kind of go into I then will you go into your box then, do you know what I mean? You can't speak up because it's not accepted here, socially accepted or whatever. But no, and it's all about encouraging that, man. I'm all about everyone out here expressing and being and embracing your true authentic self because that's what we're suppressing who we are. And then still finding it out. I find it a bit of a self-discovery journey. Do you? Where you're finding out stuff about yourself, challenging yourself and wanting to. This is why I kind of do activities here and there. I try out new things, experiences, to find out what is it that I bloody like, man? What are my hobbies? So it is all about that. So tell me, like, what is I always say as well, because with hobbies, because I get it, but like we are like, what are my hobbies? Because we lose ourselves. What have been hobbies? Like, can you think of any?
I don't have any.
No way! You can't be like realign with any. Wow. What's interesting? Wow.
And my husband always says to me, "Go get yourself a hobby," and I'm like, "But there's nothing I'm interested in. Like, I don't know what I like."
Wow. It was interesting to hear that kind of perspective. Do you know what I mean? But do you think you're not allowed, you don't know what you like because you're not like doing stuff, trying stuff that would help though? And I think you need it and you deserve it. Why not?
Yeah, and I think even if it's just something I did once a week for an hour, just to get me out of normality,
Yes.
just time for myself, then that's something I need to focus on going forward.
Good, really good, and really, and start that ASAP and find out like recreate because Nicola, the stuff I'm doing like out here trying experiences, they're like things that I wouldn't even consider. So also do that. Things I think also want a hobby where you're laughing, vibing. Do you know what I mean? Really connected on that kid level, are having fun. So do you know what I did though to kind of locate some hobbies? I went back because obviously when I made these changes, it was all about learning about myself, finding out who I was, man. To make these kind of significant changes, I had to learn like who am I first of all? What is it about me? Because I felt like I was who people told me I was. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of that kind of unconditioning. So it was a sit down with yourself, facing those hard truths and figuring out who am I out here? How are you saying about finding that hour even a week to yourself and struggling to find that time? Is it you're struggling to find that time or you're just struggling to find that space almost like of where to go?
No, like I've got time to take an hour to myself a week, but it's just finding something to do with that time.
Nice. And it's good. Do you know what? Because it's funny you should say that.
And this is because your group that you want to set up. My hours.
Thank you. Thank you. See, we're already on that same vibe there. Because that is exactly what I was going to bring up. So, guys, anyone listening, anyone watching, that is what Core Horror has set up. This group. that's local to us nearby, just for a safe space for us to like connect and just take that time out for ourselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we all need it.
Yeah, exactly. It's really much needed to connect with like-minded women. Those experiences we've just been speaking of, Nicola, how your advice, your experience from life, like, has really reassured me. So imagine how if we can connect with other women, like, on their experiences, we can learn from one another.
Yeah,
That's what it's all
definitely.
about.
And I think there'll be people that need that little bit of confidence boost from other people that wouldn't normally be able to get it. But like-minded women like us can just share our experiences and help each other.
Exactly that. And that's what it's all about. So, guys, we have created that, and that's going to be available soon, but we'll keep you updated on that. But, Nicola, I can't wait. Like, and thanks as well for being up for it as well and wanting to join that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, oh, thank you. And it's very much needed. And that's what it's all about. I know I definitely need it. And even with what I do as a business, I can offer that support, advice, guidance with that. But it's also a safe space, free guys, I like to point out as well. But sometimes that even, do you know what I mean, puts people off thinking, is there a cost to it? But just to reassure people, it's a free, safe, open space. Anyone is invited to come along and just share like their time here and just find a space to like chill, connect, chat, relax, have a laugh. I'm all about kind of fun, silliness. It's all about having fun along the way, to learning from one another and supporting one another. And whatever we do in that hour is up to us collectively as a group. We can lean on one another when we speak of our life experiences. If anyone's facing these challenges or any struggles, it's a good way for us to all connect and support one another.
Definitely. And we spend all this time being mums and sisters and daughters, but do we ever actually spend the time to be us?
Exactly that. And we should be making steps to do that and find that with us, like realign with ourselves. Do you know what I mean? So I love that we're coming collectively, like together to raise that, because that's what it's all about. People coming together and doing that and being on the same vibe, having that same message and want that. You know, when you make those improvements, you want that for everybody. Like, we should be feeling like that, overcoming our shit. And doing it for ourselves and just feeling in a happier, better state. And whatever steps you took to get there, just kudos as well. And then share that knowledge as well. That's what I'm all about. Which brings me on to my next question, Nicola. Those steps then you took to make those significant changes in your life, what type of advice then would you give to anybody going forward, for anyone that may be in that similar situation of those, like that story that you shared, you know, those lows that you hit, what kind of advice would you give to anybody listening, watching, to kind of what steps could they take?
Don't be scared to ask for help. Like, there is
No.
so many support groups, and whether that's through the doctors, through media, through anything, there's so many people that have gone through similar experiences that are going to be there to help you. And the fact that I had my sisters there to help me, and they were going through the exact same thing I was going through, gave me that boost that I needed to get myself out of bed and do something with my life.
Nice. Great advice. And it's so true, guys. Like, seriously, don't be afraid to reach out for that support. And there are people around you that can offer you that. So really do reach out. And great advice, like Nicholas. Seriously, I really appreciate that. Just the reality of how we are as women and how we could connect, what we go through, life be lifing out here. Do you know what I mean? I know men have their experiences as well, but women collectively could come together more and support one another. We can learn so much. As much as we've, like I said, I've mentioned before, I spoke about my experiences, our experiences with our kids transitioning from primary school to secondary school. What's been helpful is getting that reassurance from others, including yourself, that have already gone through that. So that just shows other experiences that we're going to go through, that we've been through, how they can help people that are yet to have gone through that, like the younger generation, but also how where we are in our stages, Nicola, we can learn from the elders as well. So collectively as women, it's going to be great to come together in that women's group and just learn about one another as well. Yes, I think we really need that.
Definitely.
Guys listening, watching, we'll keep you updated on all that. And Nicola, you may be back as well for another episode where we could talk on it. Taking on support and advice we have, guys, as you know. Sorry, Nicola, just to keep you on here. I don't know if you know, but we have set up, as well as we're doing like a support group for women local nearby, we've got a support email network where we're kind of just putting it out there for people to kind of reach out and that support. We can kind of help them with what we know, with our life experiences, support them. Also signpost them, but just an outlet for people if they needed that type of support. They kind of don't have that courage to reach out, but I really want them to use this as an outlet to reach out, and we can kind of support them any way we can, help them, and do what we can just to put a call out for it. So any type of support, guys, anything that you need, or any previous guests that you've come on, even yourself, Nicola, like if anyone wants to learn about somebody further or wants to get in touch with them to learn more about their story or want us to bring them on again, then feel free to get in touch. So the email address is thecoreaurapodcast@gmail.com. And as always, I'll have it here on the screen somewhere if you're watching. But yeah, really use it as an outlet, guys. Really use it as an outlet to reach out. Just we're there for you. Just it's all about that. Do you get it, Nicola? Like just supporting one another, creating outlets, safe spaces for people to kind of reach out to. Just be there. I'm all about that.
And even if it's something we haven't gone through personally, I'm sure there's advice that we can give that is going to help people in the long run.
Yeah, definitely that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, please, guys, please do get in touch. The Court Warrior Podcast @gmail.com. Do you want to share anything?
My background from work, I've worked in so many different industries. So
Nice, yeah.
if people need advice on where they need to go in life and they're not quite sure on what they want to be doing, often almost everything.
Yeah, it's there you go. That life experience that you bring with that is massive and so beneficial. And I believe the best experience is life experience. So great. So guys, anybody watching, listening, please feel free to get in touch because that would massively help and be beneficial to others. I'm sure 100% that will be. So yeah, thank you for that. Nicola, that's as why I wanted you to come on the podcast as well. Like seriously, because it's about that, guys. It's about people sharing their life experiences, their personal stories of overcoming adversity and ways in which they've overcome it and now living in a happier, better state. So guys, yeah, so just with regards to the women's group, we're still creating it, setting it up. But like I said, in the next episodes to come, you'll hear more about it. But to find out more about it, it will obviously be in the description box of this podcast episode, as well as our support email. But I'm going to mention as well the reality, how we've had to record it in 2 days. That's the reality of life. Like
People see it, they'll be like, why are they wearing different outfits?
Exactly. But that is the reason.
It's real life, isn't it? Yeah, I've had such a busy day at work today as well because I've been there on my own. So it's just been crazy.
And I thought that is showing the reality of it, but still doing it. Do you know what I mean? Staying committed. Oh, we did it. So thanks so much. But like I said before, you know, when you're finding that support network, you kind of, yeah, you're on that. So when you do connect with someone, you're like, whoa, I found my peoples.
I'm chatting. We literally chat for hours upon end.
That's it. And it's so exciting when you do connect with people like that, isn't it? So yeah. So thanks for that. But honestly, Nicola, thank you so much. And just with all that, the great advice you've given, and just even coming on my podcast and agreeing to it, like honestly, I respect you so much. Oh, and just thank you so much. Like seriously, and I can't wait to bring you back on. Okay. But guys, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Yeah, and I just hope you've gained something from this. And that's what it's all about, just having a bit of a cozy chat sometimes and speaking on real life people, sharing it and sharing that knowledge and that experience and that advice and guidance going forward to help uplift, motivate, encourage, empower other people to make those steps in their lives. Because it's all about that, isn't it? Just coming together collectively, creating that positive change for everybody to feel better and just be living out here free, bold, brave, and just true, authentic self, right? Oh, but thanks again, Nicola. And just, guys, take care, you beautiful beings. Woo!